We hadden het aangekondigd. We keken er naar uit, naar het concert van Charles Lloyd. Vandaag op Jazz Middelheim, op de tweede dag van Jazz Middelheim 2019. En ja, hij heeft dat helemaal waargemaakt, want het was een fantastisch concert. En hij wilde nog even met ons praten daarna. Well, Mr. Lloyd, actually you're part of this festival's history, I can say that. But you keep moving forward. Can you tell us something about that journey?
That's why we're here. Life is, it's, how do you say, it's passing through. You can't build a house on a bridge. So with me in music, it's my home. So I live in the music and I have beginner's mind. So I always want it to be fresh, you know, for us, the musicians, and for the listener. So there's a spirit that permeates the music, and it has always guided me.
And what do you do to keep it fresh, keep it light?
I have simple living and high thinking. I meditate, I hike in the mountains, I swim in the sea, and I compose as I'm hiking and walking. Then I come back to my laboratory and I try things out on the keyboard, you know. Sometimes Jason Moran will come out from New York, or Gerald will come up from LA or something, and we'll work on things. Jason and I are working on a ballet right now, so I have different projects I'm always working on, and that inspires me. And you know, the purpose of the artist is to, how to say, make a contribution, you know, and to change the world, you know, because it's not so easy with the whole political arena, and you have so much humanity that's suffering. And in the music, we can make a better home, and also it can cultivate the nervous system and help people to find their own truth in their own way. So music has always been for me inspiration and consolation. Consolation, not, it is a constellation too, but also consolation. So it fills me all the time, and yet I'm empty. I have beginner's mind. I'm blessed with that. And so I want to find new avenues.
We could feel that tonight during the concert. You have an excellent taste for piano players. Like you talked of Jason Moran, before there was Keith Jarrett, Michel Petrucciani, and tonight we heard the wonderful Gerald Clayton.
Yes, and Jerry Allen played with me, different wonderful pianists. So what happened when I was a little kid, there was a great pianist in I'm from Memphis, and there was a great pianist, Phineas Newborn. He became my mentor. And so he planted a seed in me, and the pianists, they come to nourish that crop. Yeah, something like that, I think. It's a mystical thing, but it's very close to my heart, yeah.
You had a guitar player tonight too. You heard something like a taste of Americana. And then the rhythm section, Reuben Rogers and Eric Harland, you play together with them for a very long time. Eh?
Close to 20 years with Eric and Reuben, a few years less. And when Master Higgins, Billy Higgins, played with me, we knew each other since we were teenagers. He told me on his deathbed that he would always be with me. And then he passed away in May of 2001. And then in September, I was in New York, and I heard Eric. And it was right after 9/11. And so I invited him to play with me. And it's been ongoing like that. So I'm blessed with beautiful rhythm section. The pianists are fine. This guitarist, he has something, you know, I played with people like Howlin' Wolf and B.B. King and all those guys when I was a small kid in Memphis. And so I miss something about that, so I'm incorporating that into my history and my orchestra too.
A lot of jazz musicians seem to know a strategy to age very well. What is your secret, Mr. Lloyd?
I don't have a secret. I'm just blessed, you know. Maybe I have good genes, and I have a good support system that takes care of me. And as I said, I live simply, and I'm always a dreamer in sound. So I think, but one thing I say to you about that is that the music keeps me how do you say, my experience. It comes to the music and it propels me on. And because I don't want to be bored by anything or what I'm doing, I don't want to have a fixed formula. I'm open to the expression of the ineffable. So what comes through me is it's a personal truth, but when it's special and you have special musicians, it can touch the audience and become a universal truth. And for me, music is the only universal language, so I'm blessed with that. I can't speak all of the tongues around the planet. I've been over 100 countries. Once I was in Romania, and after the concert, they said, "You're playing our folk songs." Well, you know, sometimes you get affected by the air. Something happens, you know, and they thought I was playing their folk songs, but I think it was a song of the universe. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lloyd. It was so nice meeting you again.
Thank you, always, and I appreciate you. Thank you kindly. And I love this festival in the forest here. I'm a nature lover, you know, forest flower, you know, so I come from that. And thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, Mr. Lloyd. Bye-bye.